Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, family. Welcome once again to another webinar. How to get your credit report, It is month end after all. Hope you guys have had enjoyed seeing an increase in your bank balances, and I'm hoping that it is not as depleting that fast. My name is Tsepo Moletsane, and I'm the one that's gonna be sharing this webinar with you. Please feel free to comment, feel free to leave your remarks, to press the likes, and to share the presentation. We do this on a daily basis. Just a quick one before we get to the disclaimer. Please note that in the month of November 2022, the plan for the business is to do about 400 webinars. We are on our way this month to close at 40 webinars a month. And because we've got an uncle in GC, we want to do 400, and for that 400 to happen, we're looking for volunteers, for people that want to engage in some trade exchange and so forth. We just need 30 minutes of your time a week, but we're looking for about 90 people. Please, if you are keen, if you really want to make us your next side hustle, if you really are looking at working with us, definitely make contact, leave your email address. If you are hearing this from YouTube, leave your contact details on YouTube. If you are on any of our pages, any of our personal pages, employee personal pages or so forth, or on the group page, please do that. If you're on our site as well, please do that. Leave a comment, a message, and we'll definitely be pumping some of the adverts. If you come across the adverts, hey, leave your contact details and let's get this thing going. Okay, quick one. Just a quick disclaimer: the information contained in this presentation and the resources available for download through Juprop Group website and its affiliated sites, inclusive of social media platform, is not intended as and shall not be understood or construed as financial advice. I'm not an accountant or a financial advisor, nor am I holding myself out to be, and the information contained herein is not a substitute for financial advice from a professional who's aware of the facts and circumstances of your individual situation. We have done our best to ensure that the information provided and shared, the resources, anything to the contrary, nothing available on or through this webinar should be taken as understood as a recommendation that you should not consult, okay? That you should not consult with a financial professional to address your particular information, and the company expressly recommends that you seek advice, that you definitely look at seeking advice from a professional. Hope that is clear and you understanding what I'm saying. Okay, so let's get on with it. Since we are done with our disclaimer, who is Juprop and why we here? We're here to enable credit active consumers with credit education tools, insights, and to improve their credit score, empowering our clients with transitioning from tenants to homeowners by leveraging their credit. So a lot of you as well could be in a different space where you want to get into business as well. One of the things that initially will happen in your business, if you're starting out and you need some of those loans, some of those venture or bridge finance loans, they would want you to stand as surety or your credit and look at your credit position. So this might benefit you as well. So we are for all credit active consumers, so definitely please don't be shy, make contact. There's no need to have anxiety with the work that we are doing. Okay, so the campaign that we have, we've got the 1 million credit reports campaign. We've got the 1 million credit reports campaign. Sorry for that. It's always important to keep a record of some of these things. Okay, so here's a quick fact. In the country currently there's 26 million, just over 26 million credit active consumers. That's based on the NCR stats that came in June 2022. It's called the Credit Bureau Monitor. That's based on that, and of that we've got about 9.88 million people that are 3 months or more in arrears. Okay, there were 85.49 million accounts on record at the Bureau says at the end of June 2022. That's a lot of accounts. That's a lot of accounts, right? That's a fourfold. That's fourfold of or just less of fourfold. If you think about 26 times, yeah. Okay, let's say threefold. That's threefold plus. Okay. And about 741 credit reports were issued to consumers at their request during the quarter which ended June 2022, and I believe that is a improvement of some sort, unless we've dropped a bit. I think it's an improvement of some sort from the previous quarter. I'll just check and verify that for you. Okay. And the biggest concern is that that is still less than a million, man. So we need to get that number. At least if we get into 1.5 million people pulling their credit reports, double that number. We need to double that up, right? Double that up. That's a goal, man. Let's double that up. We want to make it a million, but let's double that up. Okay, let's double that number up. Our session is going to be broken down into 3 sessions: understanding credit, get your credit report, and our offer. And that overall, this should take us 15 to 30 minutes at most in the afternoon. Since it's month end, we don't even talk that much, so that people can go and enjoy some of that money that came through, you know. So please, if you haven't gotten paid yet, please just bear with people, understand them, don't mind the queues. You will be doing the same thing next week. Okay, you'll be doing the same thing next week. So forgive those. Forgive them if you feel like well, there's too much excitement. Forgive them and partake in the excitement. Get that energy. Okay. So the offer, we've got 3 offers. I'll cover those in the end, but we've got a bronze, a silver, and a gold offer, and they all come in different months and in different cost packages as well. Okay. We don't have monthly offers anymore. We used to have monthly offers in September, and like I said, man, that's a September to remember or to never be remembered. And now we do monthly packages. So a 3 months package is better for monitoring, and what is better than that? It's a 6 months and obviously an annual package. And the longer the period, the better it is. I had a call this morning from a lady who undergone a debt review process. I think she settled all her accounts, and now she's still under debt review. It's a process that follows the court process. If you are under that process, that's why you might find the delay in terms of that. So by the time, what you would need to clear yourself for that is what they call clearance certificates. Okay, that might be issued, will have to be issued to the credit bureaus, so clearance certificates are very important. So get yourself those clearance certificates, settlement letters, and so forth. We at Juprop, we advocate for DIY. So some of these things we can't really get. We advocate for DIY solutions. Okay, so understanding credit. So we've got this is what I always say. This morning when I was speaking, I said this is the most important slide, and the goal should be GE. Okay, you must either have a good credit report or an excellent credit report. Those are the only options. Ideally, we want you to have an E. When we say it's rough, you must be on a G. The rough on Jupiter is G, but anything beyond that, anything below that, we do not need. Okay, we do not need a fair score, we do not need a poor score, we do not need a very poor score. What does that mean? The lower you go, the more expensive it becomes. Okay, that does not mean, when we say we do not desire, we do not desire that for you. Okay, it can happen that you have a very poor score, a poor score, a fair score, and you want to migrate on. That's why we want to assist everyone to migrate to where loans are cheaper, where money is chasing you. When you can start speaking clearly and say, yeah, money follows me frequently and in abundance. In abundance, I'm surrounded by money. That's when you're on the excellent side. That's the language you start speaking. You start speaking the language of excellence, the language of money chasing you. When you are on the very poor, it's bills. Bills are chasing you, they are stressing you. Your shoulders are heavy laden and heavy burdened. We do not want that for you, nor do we desire that for you. So we want to offload that stress and get you to a point where you have an excellent credit score, you are maintaining an excellent credit score, and things have improved in your life, okay? And you are empowered. That's what we desire for you. So creditors use this 3-digit number score to decide how you get credit, to decide the interest that you are paying, to even decide if you are denied or given credit. Okay, so you need to be in a position of power where you decide, I have a credit line, but I'm not gonna use it. That is what you should be having as ideal. Okay, so what is this thing that we keep talking about? Credit. Okay, credit is the ability to borrow money or access goods or service with the understanding that you'll pay later. And that's from experience. Credit is the ability of a customer to obtain goods or service before payment based on the trust that payment will be made in the future. Okay, in simple terms, credit is about your own ability, established ability and trust that you are saying, I am prepared to borrow from my future self and I will honor my future self. That's what credit is about. So it's to borrow from your future self and say, I'm borrowing from my future self and I understand that I will honor my payments of my future self. That's what credit is about. Okay, so in the country we've got the National Credit Regulator, and the act that governs the credits, the National Credit Act 34 of 2005. I'm not going to go through all this, but just to give you a glimpse, to promote a fair, non-discriminatory marketplace for access to consumer credit, to promote black economic empowerment and ownership within consumer credit industry, to promote responsible credit granting and use, and for that purpose to prohibit reckless credit granting, to provide for debt reorganization in cases of over indebtedness, to regulate credit information. Please feel free to screen grab. Who is a credit provider? Credit provider, in respect of a credit agreement to which this act applies, means the party who supplies goods or services under a discount transaction, incidental credit agreement or installment agreement, the party who advances money or credit under a pawn transaction, the party who extends credit under a credit facility, the mortgagee under a mortgage agreement, the lender under a secured loan, the lessor under a lease, the party to whom an assurance or a promise is made under a credit guarantee, the party who advances money or credit to another under any other credit agreement, or any other person who acquires the rights of a credit provider under a credit agreement after it has been entered into. What is in your credit report? The first thing that you would find there is your personal information. It is your employment history, but further to that, things that you are going to find definitely in your credit report will include your account, your store account, your credit accounts, their borrowing limits, their current outstanding balances, the amounts of any loans you've taken out and how much of them you've paid back, whether your monthly payments for your accounts were made on time, late, or missed altogether, more severe financial setbacks such as mortgage foreclosures, car repossessions, and bankruptcies. There are other entities that report on your monthly payments to the bureau, such as property agents, social housing organization, and paid subscriber TV. So these are the things you need to be taking into consideration. Okay, 4 types of credit. We've got more. We've got like things like developmental credit, but for the purpose of this presentation and this webinar, we're talking only 4: revolving credit, service credit, installment credit, and charge cards. I always say with installment credit, please guys, when you get into this arrangement, understand what type of agreements they are and keep records. Whatever agreements that you have, whatever credit terms you have, keep record and familiarize yourself with terms and conditions that are there. Okay, people are tripped by things like balloon payments and so forth because they did not take care in understanding what is it, what type of agreement are they in. Okay, charge cards. I always say in relation to these, there's things like there's been a mushrooming of these loyalty programs. Some of them have store accounts function linked into them. So you need to be very cautious and very aware of what is it that's there. We spoke about this earlier. How do you reach your credit report? Creators use a 3-digit number known as an excellent credit score. Listen to my language. I'm calling it what? An excellent credit score. Okay, that's what we desire. So they use 3-digit number known as a credit score as a first step in deciding whether or not to issue. So we don't want that not to issue. We want to get an excellent credit score as a first step, not giving the creditors an option but to approve. That's it. Okay, so get your credit report. And how do you go about this, you ask? So there are about looking at there are 18 credit bureaus in the country, whether it be intermediate. The main ones there's 18 of them. Okay, I've been saying 40. I think there's 18. Last I checked, I bumped, it says 18. Okay, but these are the main ones. Okay, others are just intermediate and so forth. But okay, so you get the point, right? There's no way, if you are a credit active consumer, you never heard of TransUnion or Experian. Okay, these are the major ones. These are major credit bureaus. Okay, so we've got XDS, we've got Very Credit, we've got Consumer Profile Bureau. Please guys, go make contact, go pull your credit report, go be empowered. Take the first step. Please take the first step. Avoid those payday loans. If you feel like you've got an edge to borrow, go pull your credit report first and look at it and ask yourself, remember that slide I was showing you? What is the impact? What will be the impact of this loan on my credit score? Okay, why is it important to know what's reflected on your credit report? Number one, you will apply for credit with confidence. Number two is you will know who's making inquiries on your account. Number three, you will know what is it that's negatively affecting your credit score. And number four, you help yourself not to become a victim of fraud and identity theft. So it's important for you to check that. 6 quick ways to improve your credit score. Remember, I said I don't want you to be on the very poor or fair. You see, so I don't want you anywhere to be centered or to the left. I want you to always keep it on the right. So the first thing that you ought to be doing is get your credit report. Report the errors on your credit report. Any inaccuracies that you spot, report them. They are going. The moment you pull that credit and you find anything that's inaccurate in that, report it. Okay, that's going to boost your score. Report it. Okay, pay your bills on time, reduce your credit ratio, pay off outstanding debts, settle and close accounts. Okay, finally to the offer. Thank you very much if you've made it up to here. Like I said in the beginning, we've got 3 packages. We've got bronze, silver and gold package, and our bronze silver is 999, and they're all limited packages, by the way. Okay, we've got 1,850. That's our silver package. Our gold package is 3,350, and that's for annual. Okay, so we also have corporate packages, but those are customized packages. And what we cover in over 30 online sessions. You would get practical self-tools, formulas, exercises, anything that's going to help you improve your score. Discounts on affiliated partners and products. We bring expert guests on specific subject based on the pool of. So if people, for example, we realize that, look, people are, the debts that they've had them for long period and so forth. How do you get out of that? Okay, so it could be we bring in a prescribed debt experts, and we share content and we cover that. Anything, our focus is to say, know where you are, literally say these are the challenges. Once we know where you are, it becomes easy for us to say, okay, in this group, and to actually put you in groups, right? Because it becomes centered when you are in groups. Okay, this group, this class. So I've told you we need about 90 volunteers. A percentage of those will also gonna turn into facilitators in the long term. But for now, for November, just make sure that you become a volunteer. Okay. Get to know a credit report. We cover that. We cover everyone must understand, guys, at least at a basic level. Then National Credit Act 34 to understand it at basic level. Okay, there's things that are happening that are literally wrong, like people are forced to voluntarily surrender their cars, all these things. So you need to have some basic understanding of what's happening in these places. How to improve your credit score, understand the types of credit. We cover flips as well. How to leverage your monthly utility. Someone was asking me, my house is paid off, how do I refinance it? Okay, and someone is asking me that. So you see, most people don't understand even what is equity. What is it that is, what value is locked in your property? The value that is locked in your property in that building is not the furniture. Okay, it's not the furniture. So these are the things that we unpack. We look at unclaimed benefits. There's about 90 billion, guys, that is sitting, 90 billion in unclaimed benefits. So we look at insurance replacements. If you go into most of even here even in cities, most people, because of I would say it stems from lack of our financial education or whatever, some people believe otherwise, that is greed and all these other things. People are being sold repeatedly. People are being sold funeral insurance after funeral insurance. So most people end up with so many of these things, about 10, 15 on their profile, and that is utterly wrong. Okay, that is utterly wrong. That depresses you, that literally steals from you and takes from you and your children. So you need to understand what is it that you can do, what is it that's going to work better. Okay, and this is why we have experts, guys, and we bring experts on board. So thank you very much if you managed to make it up to here. My name is Seppo. Please go do and follow. I'm not gonna tell you about our DNS issue. I've just sent the IT guy. I've told him to actually go log in himself and try to send me. So I might just cancel my, but that's, you see, that's the thing. When you now cancel a service provider, it means my process of IT, I've given him enough time, guys. It's been 3 weeks or 4 weeks. He's making me look unprofessional with the Google sites. I don't like that. I don't like that. I cringe every time I come to this page. Okay, just know that I cringe every time. As much as you're cringing and I also cringe, but I'm a firm believer that you have to keep it moving. So we're not gonna stop because things are not perfect. Look, they'll find us, perfection will find us along the way. Okay, so that's currently where we are. That's currently what we are using. Please follow our Facebook page. That's where we release all the links, even links of special programs. When you see Juprop and what we are talking about, definitely it could be your next side hustle. Those that are keen to join us, please join us with relation to the next month, the 400 webinar. If you want to volunteer, hit us up. Okay, drop us an email or something. Okay, my name is Seppo, and thank you very, very much for getting here. Thank you very much for your time, and catch you tomorrow. If you're not on TikTok, if you're on TikTok, hey man, I could be talking to you later on. Okay, thanks, and yeah, bye.